Then when Kozhikode launched the program, I was a bit skeptical, I would be honest, because it's the first program, so nobody wants to take the risk. But
right? Other institutes also, right? So was there any moment when you felt like this is it?
IPMAT is one exam जहाँ पे तुम जितना भी prepare कर लो, it's never enough.
So hello everyone. Brand new program, fresh playbook, real questions. Today we speak with Taniya from the first ever BMS batch at IIM Kozhikode. From admission test jitters to campus life at Kochi and what honors with research actually means. Let's jump straight in. Hi Tanya, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you for welcoming me in your podcast. It feels great to be on the podcast and share my journey, how it's been my whole IPMAT and BMSAT journey. I would love to share everything up here and be as real as possible so that I can help out some of the students who really need my help or my guidance maybe.
That's great. In fact, quick intro for our audience. You're part of the very first BMS cohort at IIM Kozhikode. So we will
Yes, yes.
unpack admissions, academics, campus vibes, and opportunities ahead. Right? Great to have you
Yeah.
here today. So तानिया, take us to the starting line, है ना? कि
Hmm.
ये जो BMS का आइडिया था, वो कहाँ से शुरू हुआ for you and what clicked specifically about IIM Kozhikode?
Oh, so basically my goal was into get into black eye. But the thing was कि ऐसा हुआ कि पहले तो सबका इंदौर ही होता है. But I also realized my calling was not into something the BA course because I am Indoor's BA course. I never really liked it. So I felt BMS course of IIM Kozhikode is most likely the thing I want to do. And also, it's not like I was a dropper or something. I was doing a course in another college, and that too was and it was a tier one college, but I have to leave it for some personal reasons. And I always wanted to do business studies and all. And there I got to know about IPMAT and all, and I started preparing for it. And everything was going fine. The preparation was very intense. So, like it was a jump from I come from PCM background, so straight from JE background to IPMAT. It's a new thing for me. Getting into IIM just after 12, unimaginable thing. Some of the people might not know. Then when Kozhikode launched the program, I was a bit skeptical, I would be honest, because it's the first program, so nobody wants to take the risk. But eventually, the one thing happened that the waitlist didn't actually move that much. So yeah, pretty much everyone took BMS in the first go.
And what other options were on your shortlist? And why did you finally pick IIM Kozhikode?
I was also shortlisted in IIM Shillong. In Ranchi, I was waitlisted, and I also got into IIM Shirmore. And I
Okay.
picked IIM Kozhikode because it was black eye, obviously. And first, I needed to, although in Shillong I was also getting an MBA, but I thought I should first focus foremost on my UG course. That's the reason I focused mainly for BMS actually. Let's just fix my UG, then I'll decide for MBA.
Correct. That's very true. In fact, since you must have been preparing for other examinations, right? Other institutes also, right? So was there any moment when you felt like this is it, है ना? कि मतलब अब यही है. Was there any
No,
moment?
yeah, I'll tell you. Actually, I was doing engineering from Jadavpur University. That's a tier one university in Kolkata, and that's in an IT branch. That's a very reputed branch. But after a certain point of time, I faced some real life problems, which for uncertainties, I had to quit my college. And I was really depressed at this point because my calling was always business, entrepreneurship. I also worked in entrepreneurship self in my previous ex college, and the point when I got to know about IPM, I was like, this is it. This is done. I do not care about what IIM I'll be getting, what if also IFT, I do not know. I didn't even fill up the form for any other colleges except for IIM. And considering the fact that I would get it or not after this drop or something like that, it was really hard for me. But I chose to, take the risk on me and go ahead with my decision.
And I think that was a pretty good decision that you have made. And now that
Yeah, sure, sure.
you are in one of the top B schools of the country, That's a great achievement also.
Thank
So,
you, thank you.
Tanya, since this is the first batch, right? Everyone actually wants clarity on the admission journey. So just walk us through your timeline. Like when did you decide to apply, right? When you got to know when the applications opened, right? And how was the test day like? Was there any interview? Was there any other sort of test that happened? Anything?
So IIM Kozhikode's BMS course is taken through BMSAT. उसके बाद after you get shortlisted, you have to come for interview and all. And my interview was very rigorous. Like considering the fact that I was doing also college, I come from PCM background. It was really intense. But the only and it was also the only interview I enjoyed very much because they were very considerate, and at the same time I would say they asked the very genuine questions, and it was just felt like this is the place I wanted to be always around. And yeah, and there is also an ambiguity about the percentage of interview. I think it's 25%. It's as of now. And for BMSAT, you don't need to prepare separately apart from IPMAT. With preparing for IPMAT, there is little bit different from what we prepare for IPMAT and for BMSAT, but almost the same. But the essay part you need to have a good grapple on. You need to focus on this part because Shillong and Kozhikode is what they are focusing on mainly. So you have to make your essay really good to stand it out amongst the others.
That's great. In fact, since you've mentioned that you come from a background, right? Engineering
Yeah, yeah,
background that you actually were doing that course at Jadavpur University, है ना?
yeah,
And when we see the admission process for IIMK BMS, right? They also take students through JEE mains, right?
yeah, yeah.
So, did you take that route, or have you ever thought of using that route to secure an admission in this course?
Yeah, I would have thought about it, but since I was preparing for IPMAT, I thought of getting into BMS course will be much easier for me to, because being a JE student, I have already studied the three subjects. I do not want to go through the same topic again and again. And quants and LRDI and VRC felt little bit interesting and all after this JE background and everything. तो मैंने सोचा कि चलो यही पढ़ के थोड़ा मजा भी आ रहा था, अलग अलग टॉपिक्स मिल रहे थे, जेई का थोड़ा भी बैकग्राउंड आ गया, तो क्वांट वाज नॉट लाइक very tough for me. And on the VRC, it's like good for me because you are first, your English will be good, which is very required in management. And LRDI, you always need your life. If you getting into BMS, and after that you wanted to do some other degree or something, you need to have a good grapple on LRDI. In every other quantitative exam, they give LRDI. So this felt perfect. Although there are some students who came through JE percentile as well, but I came through BMSAT.
ओके इन फैक्ट ये जो भी प्रोसेस होते हैं एडमिशन की, स्पेशली फॉर अ कोर्स लाइक विच हैज स्टार्टेड दिस ईयर इटसेल्फ, है ना?
Hmm.
बहुत सारी मिथ्स एसोसिएट हो जाती हैं विद दीस प्रोसेसेस,
Yeah, yeah,
राइट?
sure.
एनी मिथ दैट यू रिमेंबर दैट यू वुड वांट टू बस्ट?
बिफोर कमिंग हियर, यहाँ से आने से पहले आई वाज वेरी वेरी नेगेटिव कि ठीक है पहला बैच है, बहुत सारी दिक्कतें हो गई ऑल दैट, बट दे हाउ दे वेलकम टू अस सो नाइस, सो ओवरवेलमिंग, एंड I would not complain anything about ACAS, but we are facing some issues about societies and committees. वही एक दिक्कत है, but I think up until the junior will come, we'll figure out everything. I'm sure of it. And although we'll be shifting to QSAT campus as well. So yeah,
ओके,
that's, and it's very intense. As one thing I'm very sure of it, that वो बोलते हैं ना कि पहले कि it's better to cry in IIM than for IIM. It is actually true. It's very hectic in IIM. Every day you have to read before the class, submit assignment. You have Macbeth, and उसके लिए screenplay, drama and all. It's a mixed up and all of thing. It's a mixed emotions.
but that actually prepares you for the real corporate world, because when you
Sure
enter
enough.
there also you get to do a lot of things, you have to do a lot of things.
श्योर इनफ, यस यस, लाइक कुछ चीजें तो ऐसे ही हो जाती है कि कल सबमिट करना है, 12 बजे तक सबमिट करना है, एंड दैट फील्स लाइक कि वी weren't prepared for this. थोड़ा तो टाइम दे देते हैं, लेकिन कुछ टाइम नहीं देते ये लोग.
ओके, एंड इन फैक्ट तानिया, क्योंकि आई थिंक IIM Indore started with the IPM program, right? It was
Yeah,
among the first ones to start one such
in
kind of a course,
2011. Yeah, yeah,
है ना? And उसके बाद a lot of other IIMs and B schools followed, right? IIM Rohtak followed. Then we had IIM Jammu and other IIMs which followed the same, right? And recently we have been seeing a spree wherein a lot of institutes have been launching their own courses,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
एक बहुत ज़्यादा
Especially
confusion
IPM.
in the minds of aspirants कि अच्छा, of course, it was much easier when you had to prepare for two examinations or one exam or two examinations, right? Now that you have to appear for a lot of examinations, separate
Mm-hmm.
examinations to enter into a similar course at any institute, right? तो जो preparation strategies होती है बहुत ज़्यादा change हो जाती हैं, right?
Yeah,
They would
yeah,
want to know
sure,
actually what you used to do on a day-to-day basis, right?
sure, sure.
And in fact, you, I think, had some help from Rodha also throughout your preparation, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
let's get
yes.
to those specifics. What all things helped you actually secure an admission, secure a seat, secure your place into one of the prestigious B schools of the country, right? So
Yeah.
just walk us through your basic schedule, how you prepared, when you prepared, what did your day used to look like?
Okay, so I'll be very honest about it, about the preparation part. Because I got to know about IPM very late. Like, I quit the college, then 3 months I didn't do anything. I wanted to, you know, I didn't know which path to choose because I didn't know about IPMAT. So in 3 months I figured out, and I only had 3 months to prepare for this. And this is IPMAT is one exam जहाँ पे तुम जितना भी prepare कर लो, it's never enough because यहाँ पे if also you're clearing the cut off, अगर तुम्हारा बहुत ज़्यादा cut off भी clear हो रहा है, बहुत कम भी नीचे आ रहा है, doesn't matter. If you're barely clearing the cut off, doesn't really matter. If you can excel in the interview, you can also get into this. And I Rodha, when Sanchit sir was taking the quant part, it was really helpful actually. First, I felt it was a bit difficult, but when I gave the exact IPMAT paper, it felt like water, drinking water. And preparation part and strategy, I would say कि for every other person it differs very differently. I would not say कि 10 घंटे पढ़ो, 12 घंटे पढ़ो. It doesn't work like that. It will never
Right.
work. It might work for other aspirants or other exams, but here it won't work like that because यहाँ पे you have to simultaneously focus on three subjects: LRDI, VARC, and quant. You have to do that. And I would really suggest कि for VARC you should actually focus because whatever course you're gonna take, English is gonna be your like the best part. You should have a step foot forward for this because that's
Sure.
going to help you out in every course, whatever you're taking in or whatever it is.
Very true, very true. In fact, when you talked about the number of hours and all those things, right? It differs from person to person, right? There's no
Yeah,
short strategy that if you study for 10 hours every day, you'll probably crack it only because the skill level, the attitude level differs from person to person, and you have to actually decide basis what you are capable of, what your strengths are. You know, something that we talk about a lot in business courses, which is SWOT. You should actually do
SWOT analysis.
your own SWOT analysis to identify how it can work for you, है ना? To identify your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. So I think there are a lot of business principles which I always feel कि हाँ हम business में तो apply करते हैं, but the good part about these top B schools is कि जिस तरह से we get to learn these concepts ना, it always like creates questions in your mind कि अच्छा how you can apply those concepts to your lives also.
Exactly, exactly. Very true. And IPMAT, I feel is IPMAT, BMSAT, other exams like that will get into IIM. बहुत practical exam मुझे लगता है कि because interview is a must thing to know your person's capability, what is person thinking of what they are gonna do in their life. It is very important, and I really appreciate the interview part. And ऐसा लगता है कि चलो कि किसी कंपनी के लिए हम लोग इंटरव्यू दे रहे हैं एंड वी प्रिपेयर लाइक दैट रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर्स एंड ऑल इट फेल्ट लाइक we're preparing for UPSC and all, but it was really intense, newspaper and all everything. But after getting into IIM, it is a whole different situation. Like we used to study for 10, 12 hours. Now we're also studying for 10, 12 hours.
In fact, more than that, even if you're not studying, you are engaged in some other activity that
Yeah,
that keep you
we have to.
there.
Yes.
That's great, yeah. In fact, you know, when you talked about Rodha, when you talked about Sanchit sir, of course, uh, is there any framework or any habit that you really liked when you had classes, when you had sessions? That any habit that actually stuck with you?
Actually, मैं पहले से ही रोधा, I knew Rodha, but about cat. But I didn't know sir was coming up with IPMAT. So when I got to know, I was like, this is it. मुझे तो यहीं से पढ़ना है. कुछ हो ना हो, कुछ ना कुछ रिवीजन तो हो ही जाएगा. तो बस पहले से I was following every cons का lecture and everything. I was making notes, and because in Jammu में all in JIP mat it already helped me out. And the सर का कॉन्सवर्ट थोड़ा हाई लेवल भी था, तो हेल्प भी हो रहा था. बट प्रीवियसली आई जस्ट सेड दैट इट फेल्ट थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट, बट बाद में आई रियलाइज इट हेल्प मी अ लॉट.
That's great, yeah. Now that you are into IIM Kozhikode, let's quickly talk a bit about your first semester, and how the program runs there, and how actually you have to think about the courses and all the other activities going on there, and and when we see the website of this particular course, we see that it mentions a major in management with options to take minors across areas like economics and public policy, AI and ML, psychology and behavioral sciences,
यस
finance,
यस यस.
data, right, and many more. So, as a student inside that program, which offers such diversity of courses, right? So, what does it feel like to be on the ground there inside the campus, in and around, watching those courses unfold?
And also the foremost thing I would say, why I chose I am Kozhikode, also getting into Shillong and Shirmore. It is because they were offering foreign exchange program in the fourth after third year itself. So I already wanted to. My goal was never to get into MBA or something. पहले I was like पहले UG सुधार लो, उसके बाद सोचेंगे MBA में क्या होगा. So that was the main thing I would say कि मैंने IIM Kozhikode को ज़्यादा consider किया. And talking about the program in the first semester itself, it's hectic. It's damn hectic. In the first semester, we have PL, we have sociology, we have accounts, we have computer programming. Like we are learning Python and everything that too in a BMS course. So
And
that's
nobody
also
even
my.
thinks about these things, right? They always
Yes, yes,
see it in a traditional way that you'll study finance, you'll study marketing, you'll study operations, but nobody actually thinks ki you like nowadays when you see curriculum from different institutes, especially the top B schools, they have changed the curriculum a lot, and they have included a lot of things which are coming into picture, right? Things like AI and all those things. That's a very good thing, I think, and I'm sure you must be getting a lot of learning out of it. है
yes,
ना?
absolutely. And professors बहुत helpful है. मतलब with every other professor you can interact, go to their desk and ask them because they are very highly qualified. The way they're teaching is actually of high level. So you actually need time to कैसे पढ़ा रहे हैं उसको थोड़ा समझने में टाइम लगता है. उसके अकॉर्डिंग उनके जैसा सोचना, उनके जैसा थिंकिंग उस क्लास में. It is very exciting and sometimes hectic, but we chose this. So it's not like we're crying for it, crying in it. We're loving it.
That's
We're
great.
loving
That's great.
every bit of it.
In fact,
3 दिन पहले ही एक्चुअली हमारा मैकबेथ का ड्रामा था, so we have to act and all that too in BMS course. It was amazing and we didn't have much and we had 3 days only to prepare for it. सब लोगों के साथ coordinate करके सब कुछ group में करना, and it was amazing and it is going amazing.
since you mentioned about this Macbeth thing and this drama thing, I can clearly remember how my life used to be when I was doing my MBA from MBA Gurgaon. Like
Oh,
we used
okay.
to have a lot of clubs and committees. We used to do apart from studies, apart from classes, used to do a lot of activities through different clubs and committees. There were a lot of clubs and committees which used to hold some other event every other day, right? And we used to participate. Then used to be a variety of things going on inside the campus. So I would just want to know from your end also that you being at IMK campus, just give us a day, your day in the life, like about the classes, about
Hmm.
the commute that you might have, about the clubs, about the food, about the hangout spots probably.
So we are living in Kochi, and it's a beautiful city. बहुत सुंदर है, बहुत सारे जगह घूमने को है, एंड यू हैव बीच एंड एवरीथिंग एंड ऑल, बट हाँ वही टाइम नहीं मिलता है. So ours say typically starts around 7. Then we have to leave for our buses at 8, 8:20. Then our classes start from 9. So 9 to 1:30. We typically have 2 classes per day. So we attend those. We have 80% attendance as well. And uske baad, if you are willing to stay back, you can stay back in campus, or you can come back at hostel, or you can roam around the city. But most of the people don't do because they have a lot to study, they have a lot on their platter. And our clubs and committees, we are still working on it. And after midterm, we'll have the clubs and committees, and will be functional by the end of this year, hopefully. We are sure of it. Before juniors come, we'll do it for sure.
That's great. That's great. In fact, one question that बहुत देर से मैं सोच रहा था uh, पूछने का, which is we discussed about your journey to IIM Kozhikode. We discussed about the process. We discussed what all other examinations that are there that you must be preparing for, you know.
Yes.
And this is the case, I think, with as we discussed, since there are a lot of examinations nowadays
Oh,
for
yeah,
this
yeah.
similar courses. So
Mhm.
if someone is actually torn between a traditional IPM, right? है ना, हमने देखा IIM इंदौर का IPM 2011 से चल रहा है, right? Then IIM both have also introduced IPM program, ठीक है. But IIMK ने similar UG program निकाला, but in a different way, which they named as BMS, right? So
Mhm.
if a student is stuck between a traditional IPM or a BBA elsewhere from any other college, or when you talk about a course like BMS from IIMK, so
Yes.
how should they think about those outcomes and fit themselves among those?
Uh, for this particular question, I would really tell my fellow juniors कि अपने करियर को ठीक से जानो, कौन सा करना है, सारे कोर्सेज को देखो. स्पेशली इफ यू आर गेटिंग इनटू आईएम, यू आर श्योर कि तुम्हें आईएम ही जाना है, बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट ही करना है. तो तुम्हें हर एक कोर्स को, हर एक आईएम का कोर्स देखना पड़ेगा. एंड यू डू द सेम बिफोर गिविंग आईपी मैथ फॉर एवरी अदर आईएम. वो समझने में ही 1 महीना लगता है कि अच्छा इसका ये वेटेज है, इस टाइम का ये वेटेज है, वो समझने में ही 1 हफ्ते, 2 दिन लग जाते हैं. And before choosing IIMs, I would really say if you are sure of it, because this is a very rigorous course. This is very rigorous. And अगर you are sure कि तुम्हें business ही पढ़ना है, management करना है, then only come to IIM. Otherwise, you will be stuck over here because you won't get time to do anything apart from studies. And if you want to do ventures and all, उसके लिए भी अलग से तुम्हें time निकालना पड़ता है, startup के लिए time निकालना पड़ता है. That's what I would say.
And I think that's a very great advice for everyone who are preparing for
Sure, sure.
IPMAT and other entrance examinations right now.
Don't chase for the tag. I would definitely say that. Don't chase for the tag.
That's very true, because ultimately these texts will take you a bit forward, but again throughout your journey, it's what you learn across this journey that helps you the most. That's true. But थोड़ा
See, the thing
guide
is
करके
कि
जाने. Uh-huh. Yeah,
see
please.
the yeah, see the thing is कि these are IMs, so they are already established. You can extract whatever you can. Now it is on your own hand how much you can extract. तुम कितना उससे रिसोर्स निकाल सकते हो, तुम खुद के ऊपर काम कर सकते हो. अगर तुम यहाँ आके भी रैट रेस में लग जाओगे कि इसके बाद भी कैच देना है, तो फिर यू विल ऑलवेज बी द रैट. तुम्हें यहाँ से रिसोर्स खुद निकालनी पड़ेगा, बिकॉज देयर प्लेंटी नंबर ऑफ गुड प्रोफेसर्स आर देयर अराउंड यू, आर रेडी टू हेल्प यू. देयर इज IIMK Live for your startup that will help you grow. There is incubation center, you can reach out to them. And the foremost, you have access to entire library. There is like abundance of books and all, e-library you are getting. And there is 40 years of excellence you are getting. It's on you how much you can extract.
That's true यार. थोड़ा ना तानिया, थोड़ा लाइट करते हैं, है ना, माहौल को, है ना. I have a quick rapid fire round for you,
Sure,
है ना.
sure.
है ना, that can be about what you prepared, how you prepared, your preparation journey, है ना. anything, because a lot of people are preparing nowadays because they have examinations coming up in 5-6 months. ठीक है, they have started preparing. तो बहुत सारे questions होते हैं, तो उसमें से ना let's see कि what are the first 2 words that come to your mind when I ask you a question about any specific. ठीक है, ready? चलो, cool. Quick answers. One quant topic IPMAT aspirants must not ignore this month.
Number system.
Okay. Practicing RCs for daily drills with timer or without timer?
With timer.
Okay. So people actually are in class 12th, है ना? So they are managing boards also, है ना? And alongside preparation for different entrance examinations. So how many mocks per week should they give?
It is not about how many marks you give. जितने भी सारे मार्क्स दे रहे हो उसको अच्छे से रियलाइज करो. अगर 5 मार्क्स भी दे रहे हो तो उसको अच्छे से एनालाइज करो कि कहाँ गलतियाँ है, कौन से टॉपिक में तुम you are lagging behind, and do that. It is not about how many marks you're giving. तुमने 100 marks दे दिए, you cannot get an IIM Inder because you haven't analyzed it properly. So जितने भी दे रहे हो एनालाइज करो ठीक से and देखो कहाँ पे you are lagging behind. Go ahead.
Any 10-20 minutes daily drill that paid off the most for you?
Reading newspaper daily.
Okay. Your go-to elimination trick in VA?
Can you repeat it again?
Your go-to elimination trick in VA while solving VA questions?
Oh, okay. My strategy was a bit different. Pehle I used to do the grammar part, and then I took the RC part. But I chose the RC part pehle. Then that really helped me off. So
Okay.
first do RC.
I think I might have 2 more. What is the biggest IPMAT myth that you want to bust?
That if you have, अगर तुम्हारा बहुत ज्यादा स्कोर है तो तुम्हारा IIM हो जाएगा, इंटरव्यू क्लियर हो जाएगा. This is the biggest myth you have.
Okay, I just have one last one, which is one Rodha feature or something that you use the most.
Marathons.
Oh, that's
last
great.
minute marathon.
Great, yeah. I think that helps a lot in like building confidence through practice and all.
Sure.
That's great. So moving towards the end, Taniya, if you have to give a crisp, say 3-step plan to a grade 12 student who's preparing for IPMAT, who's preparing for exams like IIMK ka BMAT SAT, right? What would be that 3-step plan?
First, focus on your board score. Then don't forget to revise them before interview. Then every day practice BARC or 2 RCs, read newspaper, and simultaneously do quants and LRDI. LRDI you can also do it in the last month. It is okay because the concept that will, and then no new concept will come. But in quants you have to practice more and more. That will make you perfect for the exam. Yeah.
That's great, and I think this advice is something that's going to help a lot to all the aspirants out there, right? So thank you so much, Taniya, for opening up that first batch experience at IIM Kozhikode.
Looking forward for juniors. My warm welcome to them.
And
they will also have a warm welcome from our side as well.
And from my end to all the juniors of Taniya who are going to be there at IIM Kozhikode and other colleges, I think we will also drop the official links and link to Rodha's IPMAT and other related exams preparation, post is in the description, because of course Taniya is waiting for you at IIM Kozhikode, and if you also want more such first-hand conversations, do subscribe to Rodha's IPMAT channel, and see you in the next one. Thank you so much, Taniya, for joining.
Thank you.